There are two new superheroes called Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman. The rise of Cryptonite Man and Woman. In the bustling metropolis of New Neo City, a place where towering skyscrapers touched the sky, and innovation was the pulse of daily life. A new threat emerged, and with it, new heroes rose to meet the challenge. Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman.
The rise of Cryptonite Man and Woman. In the bustling metropolis of New Neo City, a place where towering skyscrapers touched the sky and innovation was the pulse of daily life, a new threat emerged, and with it, new heroes to meet the challenge. Chapter 1. The Discovery. Deep beneath the surface of the Earth, a team of scientists working on a groundbreaking energy project accidentally discovered a massive deposit of an unknown green crystal. This crystal, unlike any other, emitted a powerful energy that had the potential to revolutionize the world's energy supply. However, they also discovered something more alarming. The crystals were radioactive and incredibly dangerous. Dr. Emily Carter and her colleague, Dr. Jason Cole, were at the forefront of this discovery. As they delved deeper into the properties of the crystal, they found that prolonged exposure granted superhuman abilities, but at a cost. The crystals, later named Cryptonite, were deadly to many superheroes, Earth's most powerful protectors. Chapter 2. The Transformation. In a tragic accident, an earthquake rocked the lab, causing a massive leak of the Cryptonite radiation. Dr. Carter and Dr. Cole were exposed to a concentrated dose of the energy. Instead of succumbing to its lethal effects, their bodies absorbed the radiation and they were transformed. They gained extraordinary strength, speed, agility, and the ability to manipulate energy. Realizing the potential of their newfound abilities, they decided to use their powers for good. Dr. Emily Carter became Cryptonite Woman, and Dr. Jason Cole became Cryptonite Man. Together, they vowed to protect humanity from any threat, even if it meant facing other superheroes. Chapter 3. The Clash. As news of their emergence spread, superheroes flew to New Neo City to meet these new superpowered beings. Initially wary, they wanted to ensure Cryptonite Man and Woman were not a threat. However, a misunderstanding and the inherent danger posed by their Kryptonite-infused bodies led to a fierce battle. The clash was monumental, shaking the city to its core. Cryptonite Man and Woman, with their combined strength and strategic use of their powers, proved to be formidable opponents. The battle drew the attention of other superheroes who watched with bated breath as the titans clashed. Chapter 4. Alliance. Amidst the chaos, a greater threat loomed. An alien warlord named Zarkon had set his sights on Earth, aiming to conquer and enslave humanity. Realizing the futility of their battle, the superheroes extended an olive branch, proposing an alliance to fend off the impending invasion. Cryptonite Man and Woman agreed, putting aside their differences for the greater good. The united front of Earth's mightiest heroes stood ready to face Zarkon and his formidable army. The battle was fierce, with Cryptonite Man and Woman playing pivotal roles, their powers crucial in turning the tide. Chapter 5. A New Dawn. With Zarkon defeated and Earth saved, Cryptonite man and woman were hailed as heroes. The superheroes, recognizing their value, welcomed them into the ranks of the world's protectors. They became symbols of hope and resilience, showing that even the most unlikely individuals could become heroes. Cryptonite man and woman continued to work alongside other superheroes, their unique abilities making them indispensable. Together, they faced countless challenges, forging a legacy of strength, unity, and courage that would inspire generations to come. In the end, it was not their powers that defined them, but their unwavering commitment to protecting humanity. Cryptonite man and woman had risen from the depths of obscurity to become the strongest heroes the world had ever known, proving that with great power comes great responsibility.
In the heart of Metropolis, a high-rise building stood tall, housing both residents and a beloved animal shelter on its lower floors. One fateful evening, a sudden explosion rocked the structure, igniting a fierce fire that rapidly spread throughout the building. Panic ensued as people fled for safety, but the desperate cries of the animals trapped inside echoed through the chaos. Emily Carter, known to the world as Cryptonite Woman, and Dr. Jason Cole, the invincible Cryptonite Man, were on patrol when they heard the emergency call. With their unmatched speed and strength, they arrived at the scene in an instant, assessing the dire situation. Flames licked the sky, and thick smoke billowed from the windows. Firefighters were already on site, battling the blaze and rescuing residents, but the animals in the shelter were still in grave danger. Emily and Jason exchanged a determined glance, ready to face the peril. Emily swiftly located the building's blueprints in her mind, pinpointing the shelter's exact location. "We need to get to the second floor," she told Jason. Without a moment's hesitation, they charged through the inferno, their kryptonite-infused powers rendering them immune to the searing heat and toxic smoke. The hallway leading to the shelter was engulfed in flames, but the heroes pushed forward, their footsteps steady and unwavering. Jason used his superhuman strength to clear debris blocking their path, while Emily's keen senses guided them through the blinding smoke. As they reached the shelter, they found the terrified animals cowering in their cages, barking and meowing in fear. Emily and Jason quickly set to work, gently freeing each animal from its confines. Emily cradled a shivering puppy in her arms, whispering soothing words, while Jason lifted a large, injured dog onto his shoulder. "Let's get them out of here," Jason urged, leading the way back through the fiery corridor. The animals clung to their rescuers, sensing the safety they provided. Outside, the crowd watched in awe as Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman emerged from the burning building, each carrying multiple animals to safety. Cheers erupted as the heroes gently placed the animals on the ground, ensuring they were unharmed. The firefighters, inspired by the bravery of the heroes, redoubled their efforts to extinguish the flames. With the animals now safe, Emily and Jason turned their attention to the remaining residents, assisting in the evacuation until everyone was accounted for. As the last of the flames were doused and the smoke began to clear, Emily and Jason stood together, watching as the animals were reunited with grateful shelter workers and relieved owners. Their hearts swelled with pride, knowing they had once again used their powers for good. "Another mission accomplished," Emily said, smiling at Jason. "Indeed," he replied, wrapping an arm around her shoulders. "Together, we can overcome anything." The heroes looked out at the city they had sworn to protect, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, always knowing that their love for humanity extended to all creatures, great and small. Chapter 3. The Peach State. Atlanta, Georgia, welcomed them with a crisis. A rogue owl had taken over the city's traffic systems, causing chaos. Emily used her ability to interface with electronics to shut down the owl while Jason protected civilians from the ensuing pandemonium. Chapter 4. The Lone Star State. In Texas, a powerful gang had taken control of a small town. The dynamic duo confronted the gang, using their strength and agility to disarm the criminals and restore peace. They left behind a symbol of hope, showing that justice could prevail. Chapter 5. The Windy City. Chicago's skyline was under threat from a giant mechanical beast controlled by a mad scientist. Cryptonite Man's brute strength and Cryptonite Woman's strategic mind combined to dismantle the robot and bring the scientist to justice. Chapter 6. The City of Brotherly Love. Philadelphia's historic sites were being targeted by an artifact thief. With their keen detective skills, They tracked the thief to the Liberty Bell, stopping the heist and preserving American history. Chapter 7. The Motor City. In Detroit, they encountered a group trying to revive the once defeated Metallo. Their kryptonite powers were the key to stopping this resurgence, and they successfully neutralized the threat, ensuring Metallo stayed decommissioned. Chapter 8. The Buckeye State. Ohio faced a unique challenge with a weather-controlling villain wreaking havoc. Using their combined powers, they withstood tornadoes and lightning storms, ultimately capturing the villain and restoring normalcy to the state. Chapter 9. The Garden State. In New Jersey, a biotech company's experiment went wrong, creating a swarm of mutant insects. Cryptonite Woman used her control over radiation to sterilize the insects, while Cryptonite Man handled their physical containment. Chapter 10. The Empire State. New York City's skyline was the backdrop for their battle against a powerful telekinetic villain. The fight was intense, but their teamwork and resilience led to victory, saving countless lives and ensuring the city's safety. Chapter 11. The Golden State. Their journey concluded in California, where they faced an old enemy who had discovered new ways to manipulate kryptonite. The final showdown took place in the heart of Silicon Valley. Their courage and unity prevailed, defeating the villain and securing the future of technology. Epilogue. Coast to coast guardians Emily and Jason stood atop the Golden Gate Bridge, reflecting on their journey. They had grown stronger, both as heroes and as partners, and knew their mission was far from over. As guardians of the country, they pledged to continue protecting the innocent and standing against any threats that came their way. Their story was just beginning, and America could rest a little easier knowing that Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman were always ready to step up and save the day.
In the bustling city of Metropolis, a new threat emerged that no one could have predicted. A cybernetic army, created by the rogue genius Dr. Alexander Vortex, was wreaking havoc. These highly advanced machines were impervious to conventional weapons, and their artificial intelligence was smarter than any human. As the sun set, casting a golden hue over the skyscrapers, the heroes donned their suits. Cryptonite Woman's suit shimmered with an emerald glow, while Cryptonite Man's radiated a deep, powerful green. They took flight, leaving streaks of green light in their wake. Their first target was the heart of the invasion, the main control center for the cybernetic army located in an abandoned warehouse on the city's outskirts. As they approached, the warehouse bristled with activity. Robots, some towering over 10 feet tall, patrolled the perimeter with laser precision. Cryptonite Man landed first, his powerful fists smashing through the robots' metal exteriors with ease. Cryptonite Woman followed, her agility and speed allowing her to outmaneuver the bots and dismantle them swiftly. Their combined powers rendered the cybernetic army's defenses useless. Inside the warehouse, Dr. Alexander Vortex was frantically working on his latest creation, a colossal robot designed to defeat even the mightiest of heroes. Emily Carter, known as Cryptonite Woman, and Dr. Jason Cole, known as Cryptonite Man, were alerted by the chaos spreading through the city. The duo, with their extraordinary powers derived from kryptonite, knew they had to act fast to prevent total destruction. Cryptonite Man, Cryptonite Woman, you're too late. Vortex sneered from behind a fortified glass barrier. My creation will crush you. Cryptonite Man stepped forward, his eyes narrowing. We've faced bigger threats than this, Vortex. You've underestimated us. The battle was fierce. The colossal robot was equipped with advanced weaponry, including lasers and missiles. However, Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman's invulnerability made them the perfect match for the mechanical giant. Using their combined strength, they managed to topple the robot, ripping out its power core and rendering it useless. With the robot defeated, they turned their attention to Vortex. Cryptonite Woman phased through the glass barrier effortlessly and subdued him before he could escape. You're coming with this, Vortex, she said firmly. You'll pay for the destruction you've caused. As they escorted Vortex to the authorities, the people of Metropolis began to emerge from their hiding places, cheering for their saviors. Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman had once again proven that no threat was too great for them to handle. In the aftermath, they stood on a rooftop overlooking the city they had saved. The lights of Metropolis twinkled like stars, a testament to the resilience and hope of its people. Cryptonite Man, Emily said, turning to Jason. We did good today, but we have to stay vigilant. There will always be another threat. Jason nodded, a determined look in his eyes. And we'll be ready. Together, we can face anything. With a final glance at the city, the heroes took to the skies once more, ready to defend Metropolis from whatever dangers lay ahead. One fateful day, a groundbreaking experiment involving a rare form of kryptonite went awry. Emily and Jason were exposed to a powerful energy surge that altered their DNA, granting them incredible abilities. Emily, now Cryptonite Woman, gained the power to neutralize the abilities of others and became immune to harm. Jason, as Cryptonite Man, developed similar powers, making him equally invincible. Their bond only grew stronger as they adapted to their new identities. They trained together, learning to harness their powers and work as a seamless team. Their friendship deepened with every battle they fought, their trust in each other unwavering. One evening, after successfully thwarting a massive alien invasion, they found themselves on the rooftop of the research institute where their journey began. Under the dim glow of the city lights, they reflected on their shared experiences, the challenges they had overcome, and the lives they had saved. Emily, Jason began, his voice soft yet steady. We've always been there for each other. Through every experiment, every battle. I can't imagine doing any of this without you. Emily smiled, her eyes shining with a mixture of gratitude and affection. Jason, you've always been my rock. Your support means everything to me. As they stood there, the realization of their feelings became undeniable. What started as a deep friendship had blossomed into something far more profound. The love they had always felt but never fully acknowledged now stood as a beacon of their unity. Their relationship evolved, seamlessly blending their roles as heroes and partners. They continued to protect Metropolis, their synergy in battle unmatched. But beyond the heroics, they found joy in the simple moments. Late-night conversations, shared laughter, and the comfort of knowing they had each other's backs. One day, a global nuclear crisis threatened to plunge the world into chaos. A rogue nation had armed a series of nuclear warheads, targeting major cities around the globe. Emily and Jason, understanding the gravity of the situation, knew they had to act swiftly. Together, they launched into action, their love and determination driving them to succeed. In a breathtaking display of courage and coordination, they infiltrated the enemy's stronghold, disarming the warheads one by one. The world watched in awe as they saved humanity from the brink of annihilation. Their love, a beacon of hope, shone brightly for all to see. With the world safe once more, Emily and Jason returned to Metropolis, their bond stronger than ever. They continued to protect the city, their love a testament to the power of unity and resilience. In the glow of Cryptonite, they found not only their true selves, but also each other, proving that even in a world of superpowers, love remains the most potent force of all.
The summer sun blazed over the East Coast as an impressive 18-wheeler, emblazoned with larger-than-life images of Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman, revved up its engine. The truck, a beacon of hope and excitement, was on a mission to spread the tales of these superheroes from the Atlantic shores to the Pacific waves. Chapter 1. Departure from New York. The journey began in New York City. The truck, named the Hero Hauler, was packed with comic books, action figures, and memorabilia. As it rolled through Times Square, pedestrians stopped to snap pictures and cheer. Emily Carter, Cryptonite Woman, and Dr. Jason Cole, Cryptonite Man, were depicted in dynamic poses, their emerald powers radiating strength and justice. Chapter 2. Through the Appalachian Mountains. The Hero Hauler cruised through the Appalachian Mountains, its powerful engine echoing through the valleys. The driver, a dedicated fan named Jake, ensured that every stop along the way was memorable. In small towns and bustling cities, children and adults alike gathered to hear the tales of their favorite heroes. From Pittsburgh to Asheville, the truck became a mobile celebration of heroism and bravery. Chapter 3. Midwest Marvels. Crossing the Mississippi River into the heartland, the Hero Hauler brought joy to states like Missouri, Kansas, and Nebraska. At every rest stop, Jake organized impromptu storytelling sessions. Farmers, students, and travelers were captivated by the stories of how Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman used their unique powers to protect the world. The truck's vibrant artwork was a reminder that heroes can inspire hope, even in the most unexpected places. Chapter 4. Rocky Mountain High. The Rockies presented a challenge, but the hero hauler was up to the task. Climbing steep inclines and navigating winding roads, the truck pushed onward. Denver welcomed the truck with a parade, and the sight of the towering superheroes against the backdrop of the majestic mountains was awe-inspiring. Jake recounted epic battles and heartwarming rescues, making every listener feel like a part of the adventure. Chapter 5: Desert Odyssey. The vast deserts of Utah, Nevada, and Arizona offered stark contrasts to the bustling East Coast. Yet, even in these remote stretches, the hero hauler's presence was felt. Small desert towns buzzed with excitement as the truck rolled in. The clear night skies provided the perfect canvas for stargazing, and Jake would often tell stories under the stars, drawing parallels between the constellations and the heroic feats of Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman. Chapter 6: California Dreams. As the hero hauler approached California, the anticipation grew. The final leg of the journey saw the truck weaving through the bustling streets of Los Angeles and San Francisco, culminating in a grand celebration on the shores of the Pacific Ocean. Thousands gathered to greet the hero hauler, and the sight of the truck against the setting sun was a fitting end to its epic journey. Epilogue: Heroes Uniting a Nation. The coast-to-coast adventure of the hero hauler did more than just transport a truckload of memorabilia. It united communities, sparked imaginations, and reminded everyone that heroes, whether real or fictional, have the power to bring people together. Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman's images on the truck symbolized the enduring spirit of bravery, hope, and the belief that anyone can make a difference. As the truck's engine cooled on the West Coast, Jake reflected on the journey. The hero hauler's trip was over, but the stories it carried would continue to inspire for generations to come.
Chapter 1: A Call to Adventure. Metropolis was bustling as always, but for Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman, the day began with an urgent call from the Global Superhero Alliance. There had been a surge in supervillain activity worldwide, and the dynamic duo was needed to help bring order back to the planet. "Are you ready for this?" Jason asked, his eyes glinting with determination. Emily smiled, her green suit glowing slightly. "Always. Let's show them what we can do." Chapter 2: Paris, France. Their first stop was Paris, where the notorious thief, the illusionist, was wreaking havoc. Using his ability to create life-like holograms, he was making it impossible for the authorities to catch him. Jason and Emily arrived just in time to see multiple versions of the illusionist scaling the Eiffel Tower. "Time to cut through the illusions," Emily said, her hands crackling with green energy. With precision, Jason and Emily coordinated their attacks, using their powers to dispel the holograms and track down the real illusionist. Within moments, they had him cornered and captured. Chapter 3: Tokyo, Japan. Next, they flew to Tokyo, where a rogue AI named Cybermind was attempting to take control of the city's infrastructure. As they landed, they saw the chaos unfolding, with traffic lights flashing erratically and buildings shutting down. "We need to get to the central server," Jason said, analyzing the situation. Emily nodded and used her ability to sense and manipulate energy to trace the source of the disturbance. They infiltrated the main server room, where Cybermind's presence was strongest. With a combination of Jason's brute strength and Emily's technological prowess, they managed to isolate and shut down Cybermind, restoring order to Tokyo. Chapter 4: Cairo, Egypt. Their journey then took them to Cairo, where an ancient sorceress, Serket, had been awakened and was terrorizing the city with her control over sand and serpents. Emily and Jason arrived to find the streets filled with swirling sandstorms and monstrous serpents. "We need to find her talisman. It's the source of her power," Emily shouted over the roar of the sandstorm. Using their combined abilities, they fought their way through the chaos, eventually finding Serket in an ancient temple. In a fierce battle, they managed to destroy her talisman, breaking her control and returning her to a dormant state. Chapter 5: Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. In Rio, they faced a bioterrorist known as Venom, who had released a toxin into the city's water supply. The duo raced against time to find the antidote and stop the spread of the toxin. Emily's knowledge of chemistry and biology proved invaluable as she worked to synthesize the antidote, while Jason protected her from Venom's attacks. After a tense showdown, They successfully neutralized the toxin and apprehended venom, saving countless lives. Chapter 6. Africa. The sun blazed over the savannah, casting long shadows of acacia trees across the golden grass. Birds scattered from their nests, sensing the approaching danger. In the heart of Africa, a colossal spaceship descended from the sky, its metallic surface glinting ominously. The ground trembled as the alien vessel landed, sending shockwaves through the nearby villages. Without hesitation, the duo soared across the globe, their emerald auras leaving trails of light in the sky. As they approached the alien ship, they saw the invaders, towering creatures with armor like scales and advanced weaponry. The aliens began marching towards a nearby village, their intentions clear and malevolent. Jason took to the skies, his fists glowing with power. He swooped down, delivering a series of rapid punches that shattered the aliens' weapons and armor. The villagers watched in awe as the two heroes fought with unmatched skill and determination. Despite their formidable strength, the aliens continued to advance. Emily knew they needed to change tactics. She closed her eyes, focusing her energy. Within moments, she created a protective dome around the village, ensuring the safety of its inhabitants. Landing between the aliens and the village, Jason and Emily stood tall, their presence a beacon of hope. "You will not harm this land," Jason declared, his voice resolute. The aliens hissed and raised their weapons, but before they could fire, Emily unleashed a powerful wave of kryptonite energy. The blast sent the front line of aliens reeling backward, their armor crackling under the intense green light. Meanwhile, Jason confronted the alien leader, a massive creature with a crown of spikes. The leader roared and charged, but Jason was ready. With a swift movement, he dodged the attack and struck the leader with a concentrated blast of kryptonite energy, sending it crashing to the ground. Seeing their leader defeated, the remaining aliens hesitated. Emily seized the opportunity, her voice echoing with authority. "Leave this planet and never return," she commanded. The aliens, now fearful and disoriented, retreated to their ship. As the spaceship ascended and disappeared into the sky, the villagers erupted in cheers. Jason and Emily deactivated the protective dome and approached the grateful crowd. "Thank you, Cryptonite man and Cryptonite woman," an elder said, tears of gratitude in her eyes. "You have saved our homes and our lives." Jason smiled warmly. "It's our duty to protect humanity, no matter where we are." Emily nodded, her heart swelling with pride. "Together, we are stronger. We will always stand against those who threaten our world." As the sun set over the savannah, the heroes took a moment to admire the breathtaking beauty of Africa. They knew their mission was far from over, but for now, they had brought peace to this corner of the world. Chapter 7. New Delhi, India. Their final stop was New Delhi, where a villain called Shatter was using his ability to create destructive sound waves to terrorize the city. Using their powers, Emily and Jason created a soundproof barrier to protect the citizens while they confronted Shatter. In a dramatic battle, they managed to overpower him and secure him in a containment unit that neutralized his abilities. Chapter 8. Homecoming. Exhausted but triumphant, Jason and Emily returned to Metropolis. They had traveled the world, facing incredible dangers and overcoming each one with their unique abilities and unwavering partnership. As they landed back home, the city greeted them with cheers and applause. The Global Superhero Alliance recognized their efforts, awarding them medals of honor for their bravery and dedication. "Looks like we made quite the team," Jason said, smiling at Emily. Emily nodded, her eyes shining with pride. "Together, we can face anything." And so, the duo stood side by side, ready for whatever challenges the future might bring, knowing that as long as they were together, they could overcome anything.
Hey, action enthusiasts. Imagine a world where extraordinary beings walk among us. Today, I'm here to introduce you to the unstoppable duo that's been saving humanity time and time again, Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman. These two superheroes are unlike any others you've seen before. Their powers derive from a unique mutation of Earth-found kryptonite. Yes, you heard that right. This mutation grants them abilities that outstrip those of any other superheroes or villains. Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman are African-American heroes who have shown unwavering bravery and strength. They send their love to all mankind with every heroic act they perform. From the moment they discovered their powers, they've made it their mission to protect humanity from the forces of evil. Whether it's stopping a runaway train, thwarting a devious villain, or saving a city from impending doom, they're always there, ready to step up and make a difference. Their journey hasn't been easy. They've faced countless challenges and adversaries, each more dangerous than the last. But with their combined strength and unbreakable spirit, they've overcome them all. Cryptonite Man, with his superhuman strength, lightning-fast speed and near invulnerability, is a force to be reckoned with throughout. And Cryptonite Woman, with her incredible agility, telepathic abilities, and unmatched combat skills, is equally formidable. Together they form an unstoppable team, a dynamic duo that the world can rely on. Their bond is unbreakable, their determination unwavering. They are the protectors of our world, the guardians of our future. But what truly sets them apart is their love for humanity. They don't just fight to protect us, they fight because they believe in us. They believe in the goodness of people, in the potential for a better world. So, next time you hear about a heroic act, a life saved, or a villain defeated, just remember, Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman are out there watching over us. The journey is far from over, and their story is just beginning. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey. If you're as inspired by Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman as I am, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow action enthusiasts. Until next time, stay heroic.
The air was heavy, still. The sun, usually bright and cheerful, hid behind a thick blanket of grey clouds. Palm trees swayed nervously, whispering warnings of the approaching storm. Hurricane Zephyr, a monster Category 5, churned towards the coast of Florida. News channels buzzed with urgency, the warnings scrolling across television screens. Families rushed to board up windows and secure their homes. Evacuation routes jammed with cars, a river of headlights snaking away from danger. Fear, palpable and thick, hung in the air. Miami, the usually vibrant city, held its breath. Beaches, once bustling with life, stood empty, the waves crashing ominously against the sand. Shops and businesses were bolted shut, their neon signs dark. The streets, normally a cacophony of traffic and chatter, were eerily deserted. At the heart of the city, in a modest apartment overlooking the ocean, two figures watched the approaching storm. They were not afraid. They were Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman, Florida's silent guardians, and they were ready. As the first tendrils of the hurricane lashed the coast, a green light shot into the sky. The storm was fierce, with winds howling and waves crashing violently against the shore. Nature's fury was on full display, but amidst the chaos, a beacon of hope emerged. Cryptonite Man, his cape billowing behind him, soared above the city. His presence was a symbol of strength and resilience. The storm raged on, but he remained undeterred, cutting through the turbulent skies with unwavering determination. His eyes, sharper than any storm tracker, scanned the streets below. He could see the devastation, the fear in the eyes of the people, and the urgency of the situation. Every second counted, and he was ready to act. Beside him, a streak of shimmering silver flew Cryptonite Woman. Her grace and agility were unmatched, and together they formed an unstoppable duo. The storm was their battleground, and they were prepared to face it head-on. Their mission was clear: protect the vulnerable, strengthen the weak, and stand firm against the fury of Zephyr. They moved with purpose, rescuing those trapped by the storm and providing solace to the frightened. Their courage inspired hope in the hearts of many. They knew this was a fight they couldn't afford to lose. The stakes were high and the odds were against them, but their resolve was unbreakable. The storm tested their limits, but they pushed back with all their might. Their city, their home, depended on them. The familiar streets and buildings, now battered by the storm, held memories and dreams. They fought not just for survival, but for the future of their community.
We can't let Zephyr win, Jason. The storm may be powerful, but our will is stronger. The people are counting on us, and we must rise to the occasion. The people need us now more than ever. Their faith in us gives us strength. We must be their shield, their hope, and their light in this darkness.
I know, Emily. Let's show Zephyr what we're made of. Together we are unstoppable. This storm will not break us. It will only make us stronger. Let's give it everything we've got.
One of the first distress calls came from a nursing home on the outskirts of Miami. The building, old and fragile, was no match for Zephyr's winds. Roof tiles ripped off, windows shattered, sending shards of glass flying. The storm's fury was relentless, and the structure groaned under the pressure, its age and wear making it particularly vulnerable to the elements. The once peaceful haven for the elderly had turned into a scene of chaos and destruction, with debris scattered everywhere and the howling wind adding to the sense of impending doom. Inside, elderly residents huddled together, fear etched on their faces. The storm's roar was deafening, and the constant battering of the wind and rain against the building only heightened their terror. Cryptonite woman, her strength amplified by the Earth's yellow sun, reached the nursing home first. She had been monitoring the situation closely and knew that time was of the essence. Her arrival brought a glimmer of hope to the frightened residents who had been praying for a miracle. With gentle hands, she reinforced the weakened structure, her touch as delicate as a feather yet strong as steel. One by one, she lifted the terrified residents, carrying them to safety. Her movements were swift yet careful, ensuring that no one was hurt in the process. The elderly, many of whom had limited mobility, were amazed at her strength and gentleness. She moved through the building with purpose, her presence a calming force amidst the chaos. Each resident she rescued felt a wave of relief wash over them, knowing they were in safe hands.
Thank you, dear. I thought we wouldn't make it. The elderly woman's voice trembled with emotion, her gratitude evident in her eyes. She clung to Cryptonite woman, her frail body shaking from the ordeal she had just endured. The relief of being rescued was overwhelming, and she couldn't help but express her heartfelt thanks.
Don't worry, you're safe now. We'll get everyone out of here. Cryptonite woman's voice was soothing, her words a balm to the frightened residents. She reassured them that they were no longer in danger and that she would ensure everyone was evacuated safely. Her confidence and calm demeanor helped to ease their fears, and they began to believe that they would make it through the storm.
Amidst the chaos, Cryptonite woman stood as a beacon of hope, her presence a promise of safety and rescue. The storm raged on, but her unwavering determination and strength provided a sense of security to those she had saved. She was a symbol of resilience and courage, a reminder that even in the darkest of times there is always hope. Her actions that day would be remembered by the residents of the nursing home for years to come, a testament to the power of compassion and heroism in the face of adversity. Section 5. Against the Relentless Wind. Meanwhile, Cryptonite Man faced his own battle. The storm was unlike anything he had ever encountered, a true test of his strength and resolve.
Zephyr, a raging beast, unleashed its full force. The winds howled like a chorus of banshees, tearing through the landscape with a ferocity that seemed almost sentient. It was as if the storm had a mind of its own, intent on destruction.
Buildings swayed precariously, their foundations groaning under the strain. Trees ripped from the earth became deadly projectiles. The air was thick with debris, a maelstrom of metal, wood, and glass. The cityscape was unrecognizable, a chaotic blend of nature's wrath and human vulnerability.
Undeterred, Cryptonite Man fought back. He moved with incredible speed, catching falling debris, reinforcing crumbling walls, and creating a shield with his own body to protect those trapped beneath. His actions were a blur of heroism, each movement calculated to save lives and minimize damage.
His unwavering determination, fueled by the love for his city, kept him going. He knew that every second counted, and he couldn't afford to falter. The storm was relentless, but so was he. As he stood firm against the wind, he looked out over the stormy cityscape, vowing to protect it at all costs. The battle was far from over, but with every act of bravery, he inched closer to victory. Section 6. Powering hope at the hospital. The storm raged on, relentless in its fury. One of the city's main hospitals reported a power outage. Life-saving equipment flickered and died, plunging operating rooms into darkness. The backup generators, battered by the storm, sputtered and failed.
Cryptonite Man, his eyes glowing with power, became a living conduit.
He channeled his energy, a surge of pure force into the heart of the hospital's electrical system. Lights flickered back to life, machines whirred into action.
Doctors and nurses cheered, their hope rekindled.
Section 7. Shelter from the storm. As the night wore on, Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman continued their tireless efforts.
We moved through the ravaged city, rescuing families trapped in flooded homes, leading lost souls to shelters, and offering a beacon of hope in the darkest hour.
Our heroism wasn't just about our superpowers. It was about our compassion, our unwavering belief in the human spirit, our refusal to give up on anyone, no matter how dire the situation.
Finally, as dawn broke, Zephyr began to weaken. The relentless wind subsided, the torrential rain eased to a drizzle. The storm, exhausted from its rampage, drifted away, leaving behind a trail of destruction. The sky, bruised and battered, began to clear, revealing the first rays of sunlight. Exhausted but exhilarated, Cryptonite man and Cryptonite woman landed on the roof of their apartment building. They watched as the city below slowly began to stir. The first responders, their sirens a symphony of resilience, moved through the debris-strewn streets. The days that followed were a blur of activity. The people of Miami, their spirits unbroken, began the daunting task of rebuilding their lives. Everywhere stories of courage and compassion emerged. Neighbors helping neighbors, strangers sharing food and shelter, the human spirit shining through the wreckage. And through it all, the legend of Cryptonite man and Cryptonite woman grew. The city, forever grateful for their selfless acts, whispered their names with reverence. They were symbols of hope, reminders that even in the face of disaster, there was always light. Section 10. The Spirit of Florida Unbroken. Hurricane Zephyr had tested the limits of human endurance, but it had also revealed the depth of human resilience. Miami, battered but not broken, rose from the ashes, stronger and more united than ever before. The storm had passed, but the memory of their heroes and the lessons they embodied, courage, compassion, and unwavering hope, would forever be etched in the heart of Florida.
In the bustling city of Metropolis, a new threat emerged that no one could have predicted. A cybernetic army, created by the rogue genius Dr. Alexander Vortex, was wreaking havoc. These highly advanced machines were impervious to conventional weapons, and their artificial intelligence was smarter than any human. As the sun set, casting a golden hue over the skyscrapers, the heroes donned their suits. Cryptonite woman's suit shimmered with an emerald glow, while Cryptonite man's radiated a deep, powerful green. They took flight, leaving streaks of green light in their wake. Their first target was the heart of the invasion, the main control center for the cybernetic army located in an abandoned warehouse on the city's outskirts. As they approached, the warehouse bristled with activity. Robots, some towering over 10 feet tall, patrolled the perimeter with laser precision. Cryptonite man landed first, his powerful fists smashing through the robots' metal exteriors with ease. Cryptonite woman followed, her agility and speed allowing her to outmaneuver the bots and dismantle them swiftly. Their combined powers rendered the cybernetic army's defenses useless. Inside the warehouse, Dr. Alexander Vortex was frantically working on his latest creation, a colossal robot designed to defeat even the mightiest of heroes. Emily Carter, known as Cryptonite Woman, and Dr. Jason Cole, known as Cryptonite Man, were alerted by the chaos spreading through the city. The duo, with their extraordinary powers derived from Cryptonite, knew they had to act fast to prevent total destruction. Cryptonite Man, Cryptonite Woman, you're too late. Vortex sneered from behind a fortified glass barrier. My creation will crush you. Cryptonite Man stepped forward, his eyes narrowing. We've faced bigger threats than this, Vortex. You've underestimated us. The battle was fierce. The colossal robot was equipped with advanced weaponry, including lasers and missiles. However, Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman's invulnerability made them the perfect match for the mechanical giant. Using their combined strength, they managed to topple the robot, ripping out its power core and rendering it useless. With the robot defeated, they turned their attention to Vortex. Cryptonite Woman phased through the glass barrier effortlessly and subdued him before he could escape. You're coming with this, Vortex, she said firmly. You'll pay for the destruction you've caused. As they escorted Vortex to the authorities, the people of Metropolis began to emerge from their hiding places, cheering for their saviors. Cryptonite Man and Cryptonite Woman had once again proven that no threat was too great for them to handle. In the aftermath, they stood on a rooftop overlooking the city they had saved. The lights of Metropolis twinkled like stars, a testament to the resilience and hope of its people. Cryptonite Man, Emily said, turning to Jason. We did good today, but we have to stay vigilant. There will always be another threat. Jason nodded, a determined look in his eyes. And we'll be ready. Together, we can face anything. With a final glance at the city, the heroes took to the skies once more, ready to defend Metropolis from whatever dangers lay ahead.